Hey guys, welcome back to another week. So I'm just gonna get into it. So this week I am doing a second grade math lesson. I am thinking that there's gonna be about 23 students, and they're all gonna be at tables. Um, we're probably yeah. So let's get into it. Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to build on our knowledge of two-digit numbers to take a look at three-digit numbers. Remind me, when I say the words two-digit numbers, what do I mean? Does it mean that there's a number in the ones place and then a number in the tens place? Yeah, that's right. So if I say we're adding a third digit, what do you guess that the third place is going to be? The 20s place? Nah, that's not quite right, but today we're going to find out. So, let's take a look at this photo. So, what do you wonder and what do you notice about this photo, guys? I'm going to give you like a minute to discuss in your groups, and your table speaker is going to give me your thoughts. So, boys and girls, are you ready to tell me what you're thinking? Yeah? All right, table one, what are your thoughts? Yes, there is 123 dots. Um, and I completely understand your question of, is there a quicker way to count this? So that's a great question, and we're going to get into it today. So what we're going to do today is we're going to explore what makes up a three-digit number and like quicker ways to count three-digit numbers. So if all these dots make up that number 123, what happens if I give you a list of numbers that then you have to represent with manipulatives? So what happens if I give you a number and then you make up the same number of dots and stuff like this image? Does that make sense? So what we're going to do is I have these manipulatives on the placemat. You're going to write the 1, 10, and 100 on the top part of the placemat. And then you know what the manipulatives correspond to, right? So like we got the little cubes, which is 1, and then the sticks, which is 10, and then the big cubes, which is 100. So what you're going to do is you're going to end up placing manipulatives on the placemat, and the goal is for you to understand what it means for the number to be in the hundreds place. So each table is going to get 5 of these placemats, and you'll need to represent each of these following numbers on the placemats. So 102, 129, or you can also say it as 129, 222, 232, and 509. After you've finished with all 5 of these numbers, call me over. And also, as you can see, we have like 5 challenge questions. If you guys get done early with your first 5, you can go on and work on these additional 5 problems. And I'm going to encourage y'all to at least do one for the challenge problems because I want to see if you guys can do it. I totally believe you can, but I'm just curious, you know? So, and I'll be around to answer any questions. I want to talk to every table, but call me over if you really need help. So now that you guys are done with these numbers, I'm going to pull up the original slide again. So as I said, the number that's represented on the slide is 123. So going back to your original question of if there was an easier way to count the number, well, we've talked about we can count by tens. So we've talked about it. We can count 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and so on. But what happens when we get to 10 tens? What does it get to 100? Yeah, that's great. So then what happens to these extra 23 dots? I mean, we can count 10, 20, and then 1, 2, 3. It's added? Yes. So yes, the number is 123. So we know that 123 then is 100 gray dots, 20 yellow dots, and 2 turquoise skittles. Great job, guys. And so now for fun, I have this book that we're going to read. It's called The King's Commissioners. And this book is going to help us kind of understand why place value is important and fun, and also some strategies to be able to uh, count numbers by ways other than 10. All right, boys and girls. So we finished reading our book today. But one final thing, I want you to take your manipulators back at your tables and make any number you want. It has to be over 100, but it can be any number you want. So when you're done making the number that you choose, I want you to call me over and then tell me what number you've created with your manipulators. So I have some Skittles here today, and each of you are going to get a Skittle at the end of once you're done with your problem. Yeah? So boys and girls, let's get started.